This thing on? What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. So today what we're gonna be doing is hopefully getting some primer on the BMW E46. And I've been waiting for this for a little while. Unfortunately, I decided to paint the car probably September-ish, which is not the best idea because it took a little while for prep and stuff like that. And I just now, like a couple weeks ago, got all the prep and everything done, and then it got real cold. Like, obviously it's December, should have thought of that. So we're kind of like stuck in a little limbo with the car. We got it like all bagged up, literally. Even got the garage all bagged up. We got all our paint stuff set up. It's actually shining sun today, which is really surprising because it's been like 20 degrees. So literally haven't been able to even put down anything. Haven't even wanted to attempt to put down any color or anything like that because it will be horrible. I know the outcome will be horrible. You're not really supposed to paint under like 60 degrees. So it's about 50 degrees today. I think that's a long stretch. It's about 40 degrees-ish. And I think that should be a decent test temperature for a primer at least. I could be wrong, but we're still gonna try to throw some primer on this car today. And hopefully real soon, we're gonna be getting a heater, which it will change everything. It'll make it so I can actually get work done this winter, which honestly, the way it's looking, it's like every week it'll go 20s and then one day it'll be like 40. So I have no clue what I'm going to be able to do from now on. So this is going to be probably like a 3-part series. This is going to be part 1 with the primer. We're going to do part 2 putting on the color, and then part 3 is going to be doing the clear coat. So stay tuned for those, and we're going to get started. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take this, our primer, and our acetone. Go ahead and pick that up. And it's been sitting out in my garage in super cold weather, and it still is real cold. So we're going to take this inside and we're going to throw it in some hot water, let it sit for about 10-15 minutes or so, and it'll warm right up. Spraying and slightly colder weather, it'll make the outcome a whole lot better. And I mean, that's pretty much all we can do right now without a heater in here. You're probably like barely seeing me. It's literally so dark in my living room. In here with a little bootsy. Look how small she is. She's literally so small. She's like 4 years old. She's like literally could almost fit in your hand. But anyways, I got the primer and the acetone sitting in the water. So I'm just sitting here like thinking while the water's running, and just kind of wanted to like give y'all a little challenge for today, if you will. So my challenge for today is for you to try to think of 3 things. At least one thing that you're really grateful for, because a lot of times you'll just go throughout even like a couple years without actually thinking to yourself like wow, this is so awesome that I have this, and it really is helping the structure of my life and enhancing my being. And that honestly is the core to what should make you grateful for something. And something that I take for granted a lot is that I just have like a nice roof over my head. I live in a really safe area, and I'm able to do what I want to do every day. So that's what I'm grateful for. So I challenge you just to think about one thing that you're super grateful for today. If you care to share something that you're really grateful for, go ahead and drop it down in the comments if you'd like to share. Okay, so we basically got everything prepped, but if you're at home and you're doing this, you don't really have anything prepped, make sure you got everything, all the body work done first of all, duh. But you really want to get some wax and grease remover, wipe down the entire car after you give it a really good wash. You also want to go ahead and bag everything off, obviously. What we're going to be using today is Harbor Freight purple gun. Not too bad. I mean, obviously there's way better guns, but honestly, even professionals say this gun for like 15 bucks, really not that bad. And we got a regulator here, and we also got a liquid trap. So like waters, all that stuff, all going to get trapped in here. It's not going to be in your liquid in the paint. And one thing, that even I forgot to do this when I first started messing with the gun, is you gotta pull all the way back, pull it until it's all the way back, and then you might feel like lose tension a little bit, and then you want to start going forward until you can't anymore, and then let go of the trigger. That's like your open flow liquid. So some people might miss that step and think their gun's not picking up liquid and just spraying, but you have to compress this and pull this back and then twist it down and then let go. Not sure why, but it's kind of weird, but yeah. So just gonna lock this down, this little thing here. And in essence, our gun should be good to go. Hopefully. Okay, so now we went over that. I'm just gonna go over real quick some safety tips. I got big long dreadlocks. So first things first, I put all that away because the paint honestly is gonna be like everywhere. So I'm not trying to have black primer and all that stuff stuck in my hair. It'll keep your head from getting all the chemicals on it, all that stuff. I'm gonna use a proper facial mask air filtration system. Facial mask. We're gonna use a proper air filtration system. So like, this is a 3M system and it has these NIOSH, I don't know. It's just got these filters on them that you can buy separately. This system is reusable, so you can take these off and you can buy new ones when these start to funk up. It'll filter out all the fumes and everything. And make sure you wear these properly. Please, please strap these in the back, everything. It's not worth getting hurt over just cars and stuff, you know. We want our health and our wealth, so. You should have proper ventilation, and I think that should be it. Besides, I mean, you should wear some eye protection and some clothes that you don't really care about, pretty much. Duh. You also need some gloves. Sorry about this, but I'm not gonna film myself or record myself spraying because, first off, I literally just got this camera. I know y'all be like, oh, this broke boy, come on. You're in a garage, it's gonna get a little dirty. Yeah, but I'm not made of money and I just spent like $400, $500 on this camera, so prefer not to get primer, everything like that all over it, and I don't have a huge ventilation system that's gonna suck it all out.
What?
All the paint and everything, so.
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
I'm gonna just throw this off and throw it in the case, put it away real quick. But I will show a little before after shot of what I'm gonna be doing, and most likely by the time I get some color on, I'm gonna just figure out like a little bag system for this. Got all my gloves on, got everything prepped. I don't have too much time, so unfortunately I'm just not gonna try to figure that bag up the camera right now. But for the color, mark my words, I'm going to record myself spraying, so y'all can see what kind of spray patterns you want to do, all that stuff. All right, so we've let our primer and acetone sit in warm water for a little while. That's going to help with our temperature of spraying. It is pretty cold out. I live up north, so what we're going to want to do, open up our primer. You just want to take some tape to create a bit of a V on your pour end. Okay, this end's already dirty, so I'm going to use this end. And what this is going to help do is keep your can clean, keep your surface area clean, and all that. At least in theory. Sometimes it's just messy, but make sure that the tip of the V is literally just at the edge of where you're gonna pour it. Because I made the mistake of doing this and having it kind of like up higher and it's still drenched all over the place. Get our acetone, gotta get that opened up. And at this point, you're probably gonna wanna throw on your mask because this stuff is disgusting. So we got our stir stick, a filter. And this primer is black extreme primer. I'm going with a black primer to kind of make the color pop a little darker. This is a 1-to-1 primer. We're doing a 1-to-1 ratio. We're just gonna stay on this chart right here. We're gonna come up to the 3 with primer, and we're gonna come up to the 6 with acetone. That should be enough. We're right now, because what we're gonna be doing is just the sides of the engine bay and the fenders and the bumper. And we're gonna bring it back here. And we're gonna do up in the trunk area. Probably pretty dark back here, so you can't see it too well, which stinks, but it's kind of how my garage is. Figure out something. So yeah, gonna spray back here, and then we're gonna spray like the engine bay and the fenders and the bumper. And then once that dries, and we're gonna spray the hood and the rest of the car with the primer. So it's kind of like a little 2-step, but I'm just trying to figure this out. It's kind of how I have to work right now. I wish I just had a full spray boost and everything, but it is what it is. So we got our little V formation. We're gonna get down here at eye level. Go ahead, set it down, check our levels. And hopefully I don't got paint on my hands, but we are literally right at the 3. Probably can't see it. Got 1, 2, 3. So doesn't want to focus. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going 1, 2, 3 with acetone. All right, got our facial protection on. I'm gonna pour it on the ground. Now we got up to our 6, so we're 3 of primer, and we got 6 of the acetone, half and half. So we're gonna get to mixing this. All right, so we have this nice and mixed. We're gonna throw this in the paint gun and start spraying a little bit. So I'm gonna cut you off and I'll get back to you when we're done. So we got through our first little section, if you will. Actually, I'm going outside. Some pretty good lighting out. We got a little bit of crap right there, but for the most part, got this all nice. So we got this section all primered. I know the lighting here is pretty crappy. I need to get like a flashlight or something at least. But I mean, I guess it's working for now. Definitely before I put color down, I'm gonna need that. But primered this section, all this trunk area, just a real light colored primer on here. All in here, we got it primered. Got a bit of a pull up on there, so we're gonna probably have to come through here once more. And looking so pretty good so far. It's already dry to a touch too. See if we can get some of the little nibs out. But yeah, it's looking pretty decent so far. Got most of this section done. But I think what I'm running into today is not enough primer, and the mixing cup I have is real small, so I have to keep going back and reloading the gun, and that's just, it's getting really messy for one, and I think it's wasting a little bit. So hopefully I can get my hands on like another gallon of primer or something like that. But you know, things are going, they're going all right so far. Whew. All right, so that was a long days of work. I felt rushed in, but honestly, it's been probably like 5-6 hours. We got the car literally all primered. See if we can get just a little walk around. We're still gonna put this down, the hood, and primer that. Got the door jambs, everything. We're going for like a full color change. So it actually turned out way, way better than I thought it would. But it honestly wasn't that bad. It was just me trying to rush things and stuff not really working out if you try to rush it. So don't rush it. Here's a little booty shot. Probably not the best lighting, but it is what it is. So I'm literally so happy I got this car primered, because I wasn't going to take this car out for the whole winter if it wasn't at least primered. I don't want to go around this thing like it was too much of a liability pretty much with the body work that I did for so long. If I went out in all the snow, salt, rain, all that stuff, then I was getting rust so quick on parts that were sanded really far down. The door seals suck on this car. It it wouldn't have worked out. So just getting the primer on this car at least puts a basis so that I can put this car back on the road. We can get some content this winter, which is nice. This is like the reason I bought this car. And right now what we got to do is clean up, because cleanliness is like, if you're going to paint, do anything at your own garage, you have to try to stay up with the cleanliness. If you want your tools to work right, like your paint gun, stuff like that, this thing kicked ass. You see all that moisture trapped in there? The moisture trap worked great. It was shooting, I'm not exactly sure if this is the right PSI, but it was shooting right around 25 PSI perfectly the whole time. The only issue I ran into was not having enough primer. So I think we missed like a little bit, but not even enough to notice where I missed it. And right now what we got to do is clean up this nasty mess. Got all our rags right here we've been wiping things down with. Kind of got this clean. I'm going to spray this down a little bit more when I spray some acetone through the gun. Yeah, this black primer, I mean, it probably would be easier to work with gray primer, but the black hopefully is going to take that color and make it nice and perfect to what I want it to be. When I looked on the website, the color was good, but it was like just a little brighter than I wanted it to be. Which no issue if it comes out brighter. That'll be awesome too. I'm gonna finish getting this stuff picked up real fast. I really want to get a walk in before it gets too dark. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna cut to going for a walk real quick. My dog, and yeah, that'll be it for today. I really appreciate you joining me. Stay tuned for part 2. Part 2, we're gonna lay the color. Oh, I'm so excited for this color. And if you feel the need to, please leave a comment. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike as well. That helps too. And just go ahead and subscribe for some more. We're literally just getting started. I have so many plans. We're stuck in the winter time. I have about 3 projects going right now. I was just supposed to pick up something nice the other day, and the dude sold it from under me, so I'm real mad at that dude. I hate you. But yeah, there's a lot more fun stuff to come, so looking forward to seeing you again.